Right then, Cookie, after a great win here at Hunslet this evening, Rovers coming out demanding the victory today, 70 points to 4. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, we're satisfied with that. We came here for a result. Obviously, we've got a big one next week away in France. I feel for Nosey and for Trouty and for Hunslet because they're doing it really tough. You know, some of the better players that they've got contracted to them, not on the field, and we was wounded a little bit from when we played them about a month ago after Wembley, and I knew there'd be a blip after Wembley, but you know, not as big a blip as what we had there. They almost got us then, and probably should have done. So we came here with a real focus on a performance and a result, and the players was aware that if we didn't get a result today, that we would train on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. So I know they didn't want that, and they wanted a weekend off desperately. So we gave them a carrot and dangled a carrot, and they took that carrot and did a really professional job. So yeah, we're pleased it's job done, and we've got a healthy points difference out of it. We put some pressure on those around us and those below us to get a result at the weekend now. So it's over to them, and we get a well-earned rest.
Yeah, well-earned rest, so your Sunday morning's going to be nice and chilled out.
Yeah, better. If I can dedicate the win to a really good friend of mine, Doc Martin. You know, I'm at Doc's his celebration of his life on Sunday at 12 p.m. So to come in at 7 a.m. would have spoiled that day for me. So I want to dedicate the win to Doc. He helped me through some really tough times, and you know, that one was to him.
Thank you, that's really good. So just going to the game then, the first 20 minutes were very dominant. The forwards, we talked in commentary, the forwards were absolutely dominant that first 20 minutes. And I think King at the start of the game was very dominant. What were your thoughts on the rotation today? Because you had the forwards on the bench for the hot weather, I'm presuming.
Yeah, we did. We wanted to start the way that we rolled a set out at the weekend, last weekend, you know, where I went down and asked the middles to really punch through the middle of them. I thought we did that early on in the game. We went, I think, from 5 sets, and then we got a little bit scratchy. You know, Gadwin came on and was powerful as well. I thought Nath Wild did a good job, and Pat Moran off the bench. Jonesy was good off the bench as well. So the bench rotation was good for us. The start of the game was good for us. And we need to replicate that more and more, because when we do that off the start of a game, then we're difficult to beat. You know, when we trap them inside the 20 and 40 3 or 4 times inside the first 5 or 6 sets of the game. So we starved them of possession, and we went 22 in front. You know, I felt we was better second half as well. I felt that, you know, we got the ball to the areas we wanted to get the ball to in the second half and scored lots more points. And you know, the more they fatigued because we starved them of the possession first half. So, yeah, we're pleased with the result, and we're pleased with the win. We know there's going to be much sterner tests than that, so we're going to have to be ready for them.
And when Hunslet went down to 12 men with the Simbin, we punished them straight away on that left edge, and Daryl took his tries really well today. Yeah,
he did. The left edge was good. Right edge, a little bit of work to do. You know, they know that. You know, they don't need us to tell them. So, you know, we'll be better. We'll be better than that with the ball in hand as well. We'll be better defensively with the way that we structured our D today. So we've got some lessons to learn out of it. But you know, by and large, when you score 70 points and you concede only 4, you can only be happy. So it's not too often that I come away from a game very happy and go home and watch a game very happy. But last week I did that, and I think I'll do the same this week when I look back over the weekend and. You know, and review that game, and we put to the players what we want to win the review. But we certainly know that we've got to draw a line under it quickly, because we've got a tough test against a team at the top of the table away from home next weekend. If we think it's hot here today, then it's going to be hotter next weekend down in France. And lots of teams go down there, and the result's already done for them. And we've just said there as a group, we want to go down there and put in a real performance.
Talking of that game next week against Toulouse down in the south of France, we talked today in commentary. Is that the kind of game you want before you go there, or do you want a tough test, a bit like the York close game?
Well, we haven't got a choice in it, so you can ask me which I would like. I mean, it doesn't bother me. The game of rugby is a game of rugby, and it doesn't matter whether it's on this field at Hunslet or it's down in Toulouse next weekend, or whether we're at home at the Millennium Stadium. I ain't bothered where we play. And I don't think the players are bothered where we play, which makes us a dangerous animal in terms of games, because a piece of grass is a piece of grass to me. And the dimensions are roughly the same on every pitch, roughly. But you know, we've got to go there off the back of this result, and we've got to be good next weekend. It doesn't matter whether we won by 2 or we win by 200. or whether we lose by 2 or 200, we've got to go there and put in a performance next week. So I aren't bothered about what we've had tonight. I'm bothered about what we do next week now. And the focus for me shifts very quickly to what is a big game next week. And then we've got some big games coming up towards the end of the year to be in and stay in the playoffs. So we'll be battle-hardened and we'll be ready.
Okay, last couple then. Connor Wynne come back into the team today after the knock they had over at York. How do you think he went in the centre today, playing a different position?
Yeah, he did okay. Come up with one misread, and he'll know that. Then he came back and didn't get involved back in the game. Got a little bit of a knock at the end of the game, so we'll assess that. But Connor's a quality player, so there's no question about that. He puts pressure on everybody in terms of not being in the team last week and comes back in. So we've got some decisions to make around personnel for next weekend and who plays where and why. And them decisions will be relayed to the players as and when we make them.
Okay. Good to be in that situation though now, obviously from the beginning of the season to now being in that position where you have to make the decision rather than the decisions made for you.
Well, we only had 18 fit today. Brad Day didn't get through training. He'll probably be right for next week. So Brad comes back in the mix. Sitter will come back in the mix. Jordan Williams isn't too far away. Callum Turner's in the mix. So Robson Stevens, 18th man's in the mix. So we've got some decisions to make around players and why we picked them going to France next weekend. And it'll be the same the weekends after that. London, the game after that at home, we'll pick a team that we feel is going to beat London. So it's nice to be in a position where you have to pick and choose, because at the beginning of the year we were scratching around for teams, for players to play in positions. We had Addy in the halves with Caleb for a number of weeks, and we didn't look like a great team, and we didn't look like a playoff team, that's for sure. But we knew that we'd be okay when we get personnel back on the field, and now we've got personnel and we've got competition for them places. We expect to be better. And
last one from me then, just a word on the fans tonight, travelling the
numbers phenomenal again. I hope there's plenty of them travel to France and have a great weekend of it. The players are looking forward to going down for the weekend. We're looking forward to putting in a performance. We're looking forward to the rest of the season, and they should be too, because they've got a team to be proud of. And I thought the players showed that again tonight with the commitment and effort, and them turning up does everything for us.
Yeah, great 2 points in the Betfred Championship. Well done, Cooke.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Thank you.